Hello friend, Kris here. I am very relaxed right now. A little uncommon for me, I normally am bouncing off of the ceiling in most of my videos, but I just finished a 5-minute relaxing practice, something that I practice each and every day, each and every morning actually, and it puts me into this relaxed state. And it's this relaxed state that takes me out of a stress state. So I wanted to ask you, have you been in a stress state lately? Have you been able to relax? And if you haven't, then I get it, because it's challenging. It's really challenging today because there's just so many distractions and so many things to do and just not enough time. So it would be paradoxical to think, well, take 5 minutes out of your super intensely busy day to relax and actually do nothing. But it's the do nothing paradox that actually allows us to do so much more in our life and have so much more fulfillment in our life. More importantly, we're only here for a short amount of time, and we really want to make sure that we're aware of that and grateful for that each and every day, and try to live moment to moment as best as we can, and not live so much in the past with our past memories and regrets, and also not living too far into the future where it's unknown territory. We don't really know what's going to happen, and try as best as we can to be right here, right now. And that's what relaxing allows us to do. And that's why it's so important. And the opposite of that is stress, of course, which is really just the modern day word for fear. And it affects our fears. I talk a lot about this in my book, The All-Inclusive Diet. And fears is what I call the 5 facets of our life. And they are food, emotions, activity, relaxing, and sleeping. So when we're in a state of stress or we're afraid of something, then we act much differently in our lifestyle. We make different decisions, and they're not all that good. We don't make the right food decisions. Either we undereat or we overeat. Emotionally, we don't treat people as we should or as we would like to be treated. Activity, we don't spend a lot of time being active because that's low on the priority list, especially if there's a current crisis that's going on in your life that's causing a lot of stress. Relaxing, well, again, there is the paradox. We don't really think of relaxing and doing nothing when there's just so much to do. And sleeping, either we're undersleeping or in some cases we're oversleeping. But as you can see, that's not the perfect lifestyle, and it would lead to a lot of health problems as well, weight problems, addiction problems. All these self-created problems come about really from the origin of stress or fear. That's where all of our problems originate from, and they surface into these form-like things that we can put our fingers on and try to figure out. But a lot of times we don't need to figure that out. What we really need to do is just relax. So I want to show you this really quick 5-minute relaxing practice, again, that I do each and every morning. I call it the 4 B's of being present. And that is your breath, your beat, your blessing. And blessing is twofold. It is, what have you already been blessed with? And what do you need to be blessed with to go forward in your life? Now, first things first, I want you to set up your environment before you do this 5-minute practice. And it should be a quiet area where perhaps you're alone. And this is something that you might have to do first thing in the morning, or maybe it's something that you do before you go to bed. But you're going to have some solitude and some silence for this type of practice. You can do this sitting down, you could sit on the floor, you can sit on a chair like I am, but you need to be relaxed physically so that we can relax you mentally and emotionally as well. So grab a chair, let's get started. So the first B of being present is to focus on our breath. Now, when we focus on our breath, we immediately get relief from stress. And it's a very strange phenomena, but essentially what's happening is that our involuntary and our voluntary nervous systems start to relax. They simmer down. enough for us to have some sense of what's really going on, the reality of things, because sometimes the reality can be really blown out of proportion. And we see that when we look back, but when we're in the thick of it, when we're in the weeds, it's really difficult for us to figure things out and to have a second look at ourselves and understand just how ridiculous sometimes we're being when we're in a situation, and the way that we're behaving and the way that we're reacting. So having a chance just to take a breath allows us that chance to get reflective and to start seeing what is really going on in all the different scenarios in our lives. Now, there's a special type of breathing that Dr. Andy Veil, you can look him up, it's spelled W-E-I-L, Veil pronounced. And what he does is a cadence type of breathing, which I also practice as well. And cadence is just a timing. So we're timing our breathing, and by doing so, it allows us to really focus on our breathing, because we got to count out the seconds, and the seconds of our inhale need to be counted along with how long we hold the breath, and then how long we exhale the breath. And the timing looks like this. It's a 4-7-8. So we're inhaling for a count of 4. We're holding for a count of 7, and we're exhaling for a count of 8. So let's just go through this really briefly so I can show you. When you're doing this practice, it really helps to close your eyes, and I even take it one step further, and I close my ears, and I do this with construction earphones, those earphones that you would see on construction sites with the people that are jackhammering. And I really like to have a quiet environment when I'm going through this really brief practice. So whatever works for you, but try to either get into a quiet environment or use some sort of headphones that would protect from the outside sounds, and also just close your eyes. And doing that just avoids you getting caught in the distractions, and perhaps you're looking around your room and saying, hey, I need to clean something here, or I need to do this, I need to do that. So this is not a time to look at your to-do list. This is time for you. This is where you actually say, what have I done for myself lately? So let's get underway here. Taking a deep breath in, okay, for a 4 count. Ready? Inhale. Good, we'll hold that for 7. And exhale for 8. Good, let's do that 3 more times. We're gonna do this for 4 cycles. Breathing in for 4. Hold for 7. And exhale for 8. One more time. Breathing in. Hold. And out. Try to purse your lips on the way out. It helps as well. One more time. Breathing in. Hold. And out. Perfect. How do you feel now? Wow. It's just amazing. It's amazing what happens when we connect to our body. Now, the second B of being present is the beat, the internal beat, our heartbeat. This other magnificent organ that we have here, which gives us the magnificent life that we've been blessed with, that's in our body, that does its job 24/7, 365, and keeps us alive. It's just remarkable. So what we want to do is we want to connect to that. Now, not to go too far down the woo-woo hole here. I don't want to scare off anybody that perhaps this is something new to them, getting into this relaxed state. But there's a lot of energy coming from this center of our body. This center is full of nerves. And when we place our hand on it, okay, we have a connection to our nervous system. And that connection allows us to have some solace, some security, and a feeling of being safe. And And that's really the state that we need to be in order to relax. So what I'd like you to do now is just place your hand on your heart, just lightly, okay? Not too low, not too high, just right across your chest, on the left side of your chest. And if you can, try to feel the heartbeat, all right? And you can do this with your eyes closed as well. And I just want you to remember that everything is okay, that everything is all right, and that you can give yourself 5 minutes just to breathe and relax. Let your nervous system recover. Recover from all of the stress and all the things that perhaps aren't going the right way or your way. And this is just your timeout. It's a 5-minute timeout. Now, the third and the fourth B of being present is understanding what you've been blessed with and also asking for a blessing, something that perhaps you need. You need not just for yourself, but for yourself to serve others. So I found the best way to do this is to turn your hands up. And this basically is an ancient practice. And those of you that have practiced yoga, for example, and these types of mind-body types of activities would recognize this. But this is a receiving gesture. So, we're going to recognize what we already have, what we're holding in our lives right now. And we're also going to be asking for something and putting our hand out literally and asking whomever it is and being thankful for whomever it is. May it be the universe, may it be God, may it be your family, may it be your children, whatever it is that you want to say thank you for and also ask something for. So I want you to place your hands up and let's go through this exercise here. I'll lead you through it if you're doing it with me. So again, the breath continues throughout this whole 5-minute practice. So keeping your hands up, closing your eyes, I want you to think about what you are blessed with right now. What do you have in your life that you're truly grateful and thankful for? Is it a person or is it people? Perhaps it's a place that you're in right now. Perhaps it's something that you have in your life, something that's tangible, a thing that you're really grateful for. And I want you to internally say thank you. I want you to say thank you for that thing that you have or that person in your life or the place that you are right now. You can say thank you to whomever you like. Could be thanking the universe, could be thanking God. If it's a person, you could be thanking them internally right now. And I want you to say it internally. I want you to say thank you. And I also want you to think of how life would be different if you didn't have that person, place, or that thing in your life right now. How much would you miss it? How would your life be different? I want you to ponder on that. I want you to feel it. I want you to focus on it. And if your mind wanders, it's completely normal. This is something that even the best of us cannot do perfectly. This is a practice that needs to be practiced. And it's not something that we want to do with intensity. It's something that we just want to do consistently. We want to do this 5 minutes a day, every day, at whatever time serves you best. So the next and final B, being present, is asking for a blessing. Again, you can ask God, you can ask universe, you can ask a person that's in your life for something that you need. So what is it that you need in your life? What is it that you want to bring into your life that will bring more fulfillment, that will allow you to become the person that you know you could be. Allow you to serve more people graciously. What is that thing? Perhaps it's courage. Perhaps it's patience. Perhaps it's compassion. Perhaps it's tied in with the person, the place, or the thing that you believe that you've been blessed with. And you want to continue being blessed with, but you know that you need something to stay connected with that blessing. Focusing on the breath. When your mind wanders, bring it back, and bring it back to that one thing that you need in your life, which would be a blessing, which would help you serve others and bring more fulfillment into your life. So this takes all of 5 minutes. And how do you feel right now? Do you feel more relaxed? Do you feel more free, that you've got some space and some time to move around and take a look at things and see them for what they really are, and get into a very contemplative state where you can make some decisions perhaps? Whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. But what we need to do is get ourselves into this state more frequently, every day for 5 minutes. So that's what I'd like you to do now, is think about the next time that you would be able to do this. When is it going to be? Where are you going to be? How are you going to control the environment so that you've got some solitude, you've got some silence, you've got a comfortable place to sit like I do right now. These are important things to let your mind relax. When your mind relaxes, your body can relax. When your mind and body are relaxed, they can become connected. And when we feel connected, we feel safe and secure, and we're able to be more than we could ever be when we're in a state of stress. So I want to leave you with one final prayer. It's an intention, and this is what I'd like your intention to be the next time that you do this 5-minute practice for relaxation. It goes like this. Today my intention is to forget about the rest of the world so that I can find rest and peace for myself. My friend, inspire to aspire.